Hello and welcome to Algebra. Today we're going to look at a new unit. We're going to look at polynomials. In our first lesson we're going to be adding and subtracting polynomials. So what exactly is a polynomial? Well, first of all we need to talk about a monomial. That's right, monomial. Monomial. So what exactly is? Well, it's an expression. You have a number, variable, product, combination of the two. But what you do not have any variable in the denominator. You don't have any negative exponent or fractional exponents. So monomials, you don't have any addition and subtraction. You do not have any variable in the denominator. You also do not have any fraction rational exponents. So these are some examples of monomials. These are some examples of non-monomials. Now, polynomial is basically where you just string together a series of monomials. When you add or subtract a series of monomials, a polynomial is a monomial or sum of monomials. Each one of these, each monomial is called a term. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. Each is a monomial. Together we call them a polynomial. Now we also have coefficients. It's basically the number part. It's what's in front. So the coefficient is 5 of the term, 5x squared. Coefficient is -8. The coefficient is 1, even though you don't see any numbers there. And we can talk about two different ways. We can either talk about by the number of terms or by the degree. First, let's look at the number of terms. Here we have one term, that's a monomial. Again, there's no addition or subtraction, so that's a monomial. No addition or subtraction, monomial. Same thing here. We have a binomial. There's one, two monomials. 1, 2, separated by addition or subtraction. 1, 2 monomials. We also have a trinomial. It's 3 terms, and 3 or more, 4, 5, 6, 7, all of those are polynomials. Now the other way to classify is by degree. So we're going to take one monomial and we're going to add up all of the different exponents. Here we have degree 2, degree 9. Notice we have a different variable, but it doesn't matter. And here we have two different variables. What happens if we have different variables? Well, if you have different variables, then you're going to add up, you're going to take the sum of all the different exponents on those variables. So this would be degree 11. And the reason that that's important is for several reasons, but one is when we actually will list these in order, you're going to put the greatest down to the least as far as the order when you put them in. So x to the third power, x to the second power, x to the first power, and then a constant, say 6. So you're going to put those in order, and that's going to be standard form of the polynomial. Now a constant by itself, say 6, 23, 1/2, that's going to be degree 0, because if you just write a number, you'd really have to have that x to the 0, so it's degree 0, because 6 times x to the 0 is just 6, because that's just 1. Okay, this part has degree 0, degree 1, degree 2, but you pick the largest of the different monomials. So this has the largest degree of any of these monomials, so this is degree 2. This has degree 5, degree 3, degree 2, and degree 0. So the highest of those is degree 5, and that's what you call the whole polynomial. This is degree 0, and there's degree 1 right there. This would be degree 0 again because x to the 0, or you could just write it as 9, either way. So degree 0 is constant, degree 1 linear, degree 2 quadratic, degree 3 cubic, degree 4 is quartic, and then degree 5 or above, degree 5, degree 6, degree 7, degree 8, and so on. So here's a little exercise. We want to write each polynomial in standard form, and then we want to classify it by its degree and the number of terms. So this has the highest degree, so that goes first, is going to be -7x to the 5th. then this has degree 2, it will go next, plus 4x squared minus 14. Now it's degree 5 because that's the highest of the different degrees. Now you remember, degree 0 is constant, degree 1 linear, degree 2 quadratic, degree 3 is cubic, degree 4 quartic, and then we have degree 5, degree 6, and so on. So this is going to be degree 5. How many terms does it have? We have 1, 2, 3 terms, and that's a trinomial. Because it's 3 monomials. Okay, this has degree 2 here, degree 1 there, so we're going to switch that. That's not in standard form. We want to rewrite it in standard form. So 19x squared minus 18x. You could write that 19x squared plus a negative 18x, but it's better form to leave it this way. So this is degree 2 because of this x squared. Remember, it goes degree 0 is constant, degree 1 is linear, degree 2 quadratic. And you may think that's a little odd that even though it's degree 2, you call it quad, that you usually think, oh, well, that's 4. The problem is quadratic has 2 real and 2 imaginary solutions. So it's a little weird when you get into the technicality of it. But it is a quadratic. Number of terms. Well, there are 1, 2 terms, and this is a binomial. Okay, y to the third, that's degree 3, classified by degree. Constant is degree 0. Linear is degree 1. Quadratic is degree 2. Cubic is degree 3. How many terms? There's just 1, so it's a monomial. Now we want to look through, now that we understand what these things are, we want to go through and see if we can add them and subtract them. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to go through, we're going to make sure that if they have like terms, we combine those together. So for example, in number 1 here, x to the third, line up, we have 2x. This is the vertical method. You notice in this one that there's no x squared, so what you have to do is to put in a 0x squared to match the other x squared here. So x to the third, 0x squared, notice we have to add that in so that they would match. 2x, negative 7, 4x cubed, 5x squared, 5x, and 2. The common mistake that students will make here is that you will not have these, you would put this here. You would not realize that there's a 0x squared. It's just like when you add 704, 316. Some students will mistakenly say, oh, well, the 0 doesn't matter, so 704 is the same thing as 74. And when you actually add that, you'll notice, no, that's not the same thing. So that placeholder, that 0, is very important. And so we just add those up. 7 plus 4 is 11. Notice you have x to the third, x cubed. 5 plus 0 is 5. 2 plus 5 is 7. Negative 7 plus 2 is negative 5. So in this case, number 2, we're going to keep, change, change. We're going to change all of these symbols. So that's going to be a negative 2x to the third, negative 3x, and a positive 4. You have to change all those symbols. You notice degree 3, degree 2, degree 1, degree 0, x to the 0, degree 3, degree 2, degree 1, degree 0. You need them in descending, that is standard form. So now you could just say 2x to the third, negative 2x to the third is 0x to the third. 5x squared plus 0x squared is 5x squared. Negative 1x plus negative 3x is negative 4x. And then 8 plus 4 is 12, so plus 12. So the method that I just used here, going across, that's horizontal method. Or you could just look vertically, and that would be the vertical method. Doesn't matter, you can do it either way. And of course, we can do it horizontally. 2x squared plus 1x squared would be 3x squared. 1x plus 1x would be 2x. Negative 5 plus 6 would be 1. And there we go. Subtract this from that. Now be careful. You would have to switch these. So this minus this. So keep, change all of these. Negative 2x squared, positive x, positive 4. Because you have to subtract this from this, you're going to do 3x squared minus 5x plus 3 plus a negative 2x squared plus x plus 4. You're going to have to keep change across the entire thing. And now 3x squared minus 2x squared is 1x squared. Negative 5x plus 1x would be negative 4x, and 3 plus 4 would be 7. And so x squared minus 4x plus 7. And that is how to add and subtract polynomials. So we had two parts. First, we identified the polynomials by degree and by term. We looked at what a monomial was. Monomial, do, 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 do. And then we went through and added the polynomials horizontally and vertically. Thank you very much. Have a good day.